JMU Athletics and the JMU Alumni Association are teaming up to bring you this free Madison HD Sportsnet feature presentation. From Harrisonburg, Virginia, the campus of James Madison University, welcome to NCAA Field Hockey and this evening's match between the host Dukes of JMU and the Rams of VCU. Tonight's game on Madison is being presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association, Comcast Sportsnet, the JMU Graduate School, Intellos Wireless, the JMU Bookstore, Residence Inn, and Fox Hill Townhomes. Very pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Kurt Dudley. Thank you for joining us tonight on Madison HD Sportsnet, presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association. The Dukes having gone 1-3 during a 4-game swing through the schedule of games away from Harrisonburg. 10th-year head coach Antoinette Lucas and the Dukes are glad to be back at home tonight against the Rams of VCU from the Atlantic 10, just 2 years removed from being brethren in the CAA. The Dukes have been having their troubles with finishing, scoring just 1 goal in those 3 road losses. Finishing was not the issue when the season opened with back-to-back wipeouts, 5-1 on August the 30th against Kent State and 8-1 2 days later against the Cardinal of Ball State. VCU comes in with a record of 2-3. The Rams open with a loss at William & Mary 4-2, and then split a couple of games out west, beating Pacific 4-2, then losing to host Stanford 2-0. But they've come back to defeat Towson of the CAA 3-1, making them 1-1 against CAA foes. But then this past week, they allowed Liberty to score 5 times in the second half. It was a 5-2 Liberty triumph over the Rams, leaving the Rams at 2-3, and they'll face these 3-3 Dukes of James Madison coming off a 1-0 loss at Richmond on Sunday afternoon. Glad that you're joining us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's contest. We'll come back with a look at our starting lineups and get you set up for tonight's ball game as you're watching JMU Field Hockey in HD, live on Madison and presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association.
Instead of asking yourself, where did those 4 years go? Think about where the next 40 will take you. Be involved at Madison. Dukes from day one, alumni for life.
Visit the James Madison University Bookstore, your source for all things JMU. Get your official Duke gear. Open after every football game. The JMU Bookstore. Support the team.
Jim and John are both covered by the nation's best networks. Jim uses Intellos Wireless. John does not. Jim saves money every month. John does not. And thanks to those savings, Jim has money left over for hula hoops, a little mood music, and access to the rooftop pool. John does not. Intellos Wireless. The difference is savings. Switch now and get unlimited data, text, and talk for just $79.99.
Well, welcome back to Harrisonburg. A little overcast skies here this evening. Doesn't look like too much of a threat of rain, but hopefully it'll stay off for tonight's matchup as the VCU Rams face the Dukes of James Madison. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visitors tonight. The Rams of VCU. Megan Botteri will start in goal, a redshirt senior, 5'7", from Mount Bethel, Pennsylvania. The other starter, Steph DeMasi, who is a senior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, played for the Falcons of Cox High School. Emily Soares, a senior from Santa Clara, California, out of Archbishop Mitty. Also starting tonight will be Kendall Farino, who is a sophomore out of Virginia Beach's Princess Anne High School, a former Cavalier. Nicola Bremen is a junior from Schotten, Belgium, so we will have a number of Belgian players in tonight's contest. Also a couple for the Dukes. Also starting Kayla Mueller, who is a senior from Allentown, Pennsylvania, out of Parkland High School. Erica Binline, that is, who is a redshirt freshman from Stafford, Virginia, formerly played here for the Dukes of JMU. She was here last year. That served as her redshirt year. Casey Yang, a junior from Yorktown, Virginia, out of Grafton High School. And Kelsey Powell, a senior from Midlothian, Virginia, by way of Cosby. Kendall Combs, a junior from Suffolk, Virginia, out of Lakeland. And Nicole Berry, a junior from Palmyra, Pennsylvania, Palmyra High School. 5'9", Nicole Berry. Laura Baker is the head coach of the Rams, a young head coach. She graduated in 2009. And Lauren Vandekamp, out of Longwood, a 2011 graduate, is the assistant coach for VCU. For the Dukes of James Madison, getting the starting goal tonight is a sophomore from Bergisklappe, Germany, and that is Lena Wimmert, a 5'7" sophomore. Also starting for the Dukes, Rosalie Becker, a freshman from Diepst, Netherlands. From Fredericksburg, Virginia, will be Taylor Bailey. She'll be wearing number 3. And Taylor West also getting a start tonight, redshirt senior from Princess Anne, Maryland. Sasha Somolsky will start, a sophomore from Berlin, Germany. And Amy Goldstein, a senior back from Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Dana Alaban, a junior from Elkton, Maryland, out of Rising Sun. And a redshirt senior from Townsend, Delaware. Number 10, Sam Smirtka, starting for the Dukes. Rachel Palumbo is a junior, 5'2", from Swinksville, Pennsylvania, Perkiomen Valley. And Adrian Levat, a sophomore from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. And Lou Stenches, a sophomore from Steenkazeel, Belgium, as she'll be starting. Steenkazeel, that's how that's said, Belgium. She will get the start tonight as well. The head coach of the Dukes in her 10th season, Antoinette Lucas. Michael Bowl, associate head coach, and assistant coach Andrew Gooderham. Both are products of Birmingham in 2009. Dukes do lead this all-time series against the Rams of VCU. They did not play each other last year, as VCU was bolting for the Atlantic 10, so it just altered the schedule quite a bit. Dukes do lead the series 29-8. The last 2 matches were split between the two. And now our national anthem from the Field Hockey Complex. National anthem here at the Field Hockey Complex on the campus of James Madison University. Our officials for tonight's matchup, Rebecca Rafferty and Lynn Cron, are the officials who will be blowing the whistles and telling us all about the fouls here tonight. Again, these two teams did not meet last year. You go back, JMU has won 5 of the last 6 encounters. But one of the one win for the Rams came back in 2010. It was in overtime, a 4-3 decision. And then a double overtime last year, the Dukes winning that one 2-1. Actually, I think we did the Matazone production of that overtime loss to the Rams here a couple years ago at the JMU Field Hockey Complex. Nobody has played a match in CAA play yet. The leader in the league in overall record is the 16th ranked Drexel Dragons, Delaware Blue Hens rather, at 5-1. Drexel is right behind at 3-2. Northeastern 3-2. Then it's the Dukes 3-3. Hofstra is 3-4. William and Mary 2-4, and Towson, which lost to these Rams, comes in at 1-5. No other games tonight involving CAA teams. Next matchup will be Drexel at Kent State. That's coming up on Thursday. The Dukes defeated Kent State here earlier this year. JMU coming off a 4-2 win at Longwood when sophomore Erin Gallivan scored her first collegiate goal in her first appearance of 2013. And it was the decisive third goal for the Dukes in their 4-2 victory. And freshman Rosalie Becker notched her first collegiate goal against Longwood as well, rounding out the scoring for the Dukes. Longwood won the second half shot battle 7-6, but it marked the first time this season that an opponent had more shots in a half than did the Dukes, as the Dukes have outshot their opponents by an average of 18.3 to 8.8 shots per game. As we get underway, the Rams of VCU, they'll start to the right on your video screen as the Dukes settle in with their purple uniforms here tonight as well. And we are underway as Emily Soares starts things off for the Rams of Virginia Commonwealth, as they do back it up just a bit to start things off. Coming to the near side, this is Casey Yang out of Yorktown. Yang there with Binline. Binline gets it taken away. This is Shamalski. Backhands the stick, looking for Taylor Bailey. Bailey comes up with make that Levat rather. Levat. Lou Stenches has it. Stenches finds the gap, looking down now for Taylor Bailey. Bailey will come to meet the ball. Bailey sends it underneath to Palumbo. Back to the left side, it's Bailey again. Taylor on the outside, getting inside the shooting arc. The ball goes for the first time. Charging on is Taylor West. The ball will get knocked out of bounds. It'll be a long corner for the Dukes of James Madison. Just 45 seconds in. Dukes with it on the far side. Comes all the way back. Levat looking for the intended, but VCU comes up with the interception, sends it down the line. Soares has it now. Soares, the leading scorer for this team, with 2 points, 2 goals and 2 assists, so the leading point getter. We've got several others. Alexis Schramm, who's this week's A10 Rookie of the Week, she's got a couple of goals for the Rams, as does Kayla Mueller. Dukes defending on the baseline, coming away with it is JMU, and the backhand pass going forward. Palumbo down the line looking for Taylor Bailey. It's going to end up out of bounds. So we go to the far side. VCU with the restart. DeMassey out of Virginia Beach. Up the line it goes. Now it comes back to the Virginia Beach product. And the Dukes will take it away. Stenches, down the line it goes. This is Taylor West. She's got Bailey to the left, and that's where she goes. Taylor Bailey can't quite handle the pass. It ends up out of bounds on the far side. Excellent idea for the Dukes in pursuit. 2 minutes in, no score. Restart for VCU. Coming out, the pass goes to Farino. Out of Virginia Beach as well. Bailey with it now for JMU. Taylor sees it go off the body of Nicole Berry. It'll be a restart just outside the shooting circle. Palumbo releases it back. Stepping into the action, though, is Nicola Bremen to break up the play. Goes out of bounds. Dukes with a quick restart. Here's De Bruyne, and her shot is just a bit wide. Make that Adrian Levat with the shot from the far side. Releasing it back. This is Casey Yang. Yang goes to another back. Nicole Berry. Berry up the line. Knocked down there by Amy Goldstein. Goldstein with the backhanded move. Sends it down the line just a little too long there for Rachel Palumbo. Does go out of bounds, though. Palumbo will come up with it. Bailey with the battle into the corner. She was the last to touch it. VCU ball. Inbounds. Ends up there at Farino's stick. Farino going one-on-one. Bailey knocking it away. Three and a half minutes in. Dukes with just the one shot. That coming from Levat. And time is called as we end up with 2 balls out on the field. They only play one in this sport. Up the line it goes, and Palumbo in a battle comes out Stenches. Stenches looks wide, comes to Shamalski. There to back her up, though, It's Sam Smirtka. Smirtka will release it back. Nope, she's going to send it over to the short pass. Goes to Lou Stenches. Stenches dribbles her way through and finds Levatt. Levatt gets in the shooting circle. Backhands the shot and tipped in by Taylor West. So 4 minutes and 10 seconds into the matchup. And the Dukes with the 1-0 lead. West tipping the goal in. And back to action once again. So West picking up her 5th, make that her 6th goal of 2013. On the far side, Kelsey Powell. Powell sends it down all the way off the end line. The Dukes will have it. Okay, they were saying said it was Taylor Bailey that deflected it in. So check that, make that official. Bailey, the scorer for the Dukes. And for Taylor, that'll be her 4th goal of the season. Trying to clear it out as Goldstein goes all the way back. Some pressure applied by West.
You should be familiar with little balls, right?
And a whistle and a foul called against JMU. Down the line it goes. Nobody is home. Coming in the lineup for the Dukes, Jade Saylor has checked in for Rachel Palumbo. And the Dukes get it inside. There's West again. Smirtka has it now. Smirtka drops it back. Stenches. Loose, comes to the near side. Chmielewski. Chmielewski down the line. There's Taylor West. West takes it below the dotted line, dribbles her way towards the D. But the defense for VCU is there to break up the play. Foul for the Dukes. And the Rams will come out with it. Casey Yang. Up the line to the near side. Nicely kept in bounds. This is Alexis Schramm right here with us from Fairfax, Virginia. Again, the A10 Rookie of the Week. 2 goals on the season. And a whistle against JMU. Quick restart. VCU more patient. Instead, will drop it back. Here's Nicole Berry. Berry looking to go wide. Does so. Pressure there by Taylor Bailey. Around it goes Bailey, out of bounds. Last touch by Taylor. VCU will advance it up just a bit. Some movement by Perino. It comes all the way back. Berry looking for Perino. There's Taylor Bailey, though. She kicked it. Perino will start it quickly. Looking up the lines. Intercepted. Levatt. Adrian with it. Levatt continues on over the 25. Now inside the D. Winds up, takes the shot, and whiffs through it. It's going to be a long corner. Levatt thinking that she was obstructed by her former teammate. Erica Binline. Levatt will dribble around her. Now sends it through 2 defenders. Looking for Taylor West. West was cut off. And a foul called against a screen. An obstruction against VCU. Pushed inside, deflected by the stick of West. Comes back out. Here's Schramm. Schramm will continue on. Actually, I thought I heard a whistle. They will slow it down. Now they'll come back. Binline here on the near side. Double team, poked away by Chmielewski. Binline will drop it and leave it now for Yang. Yang up the sideline it goes, and it's out of bounds. Sam Smirtka will start it, and she goes the long way to Dana Alaban. Alaban got a little too much stick on it there. Now we'll poke it forward. And with a nice long pass, it goes to Jay Saylor. Saylor on the far side overruns the ball a bit, but gets some nice help. Alaban lapping up over the 50. And will circle back out. Stolen away. This is Becker, that is, excuse me. Rosalie Becker, number 1 for the Dukes. And a foul called against JMU. With the start, Damasi. 1 goal and 3 assists. Dukes have it inside the D, pretty close there with Taylor. Comes all the way out, Levat. Levat will send it into the group again. It gets deflected out. Damasi got a stick on it. Comes out wide, though. Jade Saylor is out there for the Dukes. Tries the backhand, and we'll have our first corner play of the night. The Dukes will have Taylor Bailey, Shamalski, West, and Alaban up top. And the insertion will come from Amy Goldstein. VCU settles its 4 into the cage. The stick stopper will be Alaban. She'll have West just to her left. Shamalski on the right. Goldstein comes to Alaban. Goes off the stick. Now West with a shot. Still alive. Shamalski. And another corner play for the Dukes. Under 25 minutes to go in the opening half. Dukes with 4 shots. VCU yet to get a shot. And the Dukes with the 1-0 lead. Goldstein again to insert it for JMU. Alaban can't control it again. Gets a little high. Tries to bounce it and does so. Gets control of it. And now it's cleared off to the right side. And nobody's there to collect it. It'll be JMU's ball. Inside the 25. Shamalski with it. Saskia will start it inside, looking for West. West was obstructed. She'll get the ball back. Actually, she may drop it back for Saskia, and she will. And Taylor will stay into the mix. Labatt quickly wheels it around. Stick shot comes out long, and it's deflected off Schramm's stick out of bounds. So Smirtka will start it for the Dukes. Sam will send it long. It goes into the midfield. Dana Alaban with it there. Dana still has it. Not much pressure yet. Continues over the 25. Backhands the pass. They're going to say a dangerous hit as it does go off Damasi. Dukes putting some pressure on in the back as Barry tries to restart it, and she does so off the far side. JMU at 3-3 on the season. VCU has played 1 less game, has 1 fewer win at 2-3. Restart comes out. It's Combs over there with a quick touch. Collected there by Jade Saylor. Saylor goes into the middle. Alaban sends it forward. And this is the new do of Bethany Ashworth. Normally very curly hair, but she has straightened it out and looks a lot like some of her teammates now. It was much easier to pick her out before with the curly hair, but Dad, that is number 18 out there, your daughter. As Bethany Ashworth has checked in for JMU. She is calling for it and gets it down the right side. Ashworth from Lidditz, Pennsylvania in her junior year. Spoke to her mother just before the matchup, and she said, yeah, she had to really hunt to find her own daughter. She was not sure where she was. And the long shot, long pass goes off the inline, or the sideline rather. The Dukes will have it. Jade Saylor will start it. Saylor with their own pass, weaves her way through, drops it in. Cleared out there. Perino was there for VCU. Comes out to the far side. And Kayla Mueller will send it up the line out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. A couple of goals, no assist for a senior. Goldstein wanted a quick start, but too many Rams in the neighborhood, so the official actually stopped the play. Goldstein with it from the pass from Alaban. Gets around one defender. Now goes to Stenches. Stenches with the long pass. There's Ashworth. Ashworth has it. Tip off her stick, goes up high. Shamalski's there to come up with it for the Dukes. Shamalski finds her way through. Taylor West is there to defend. Now it'll come out wide to the near side. Long hit down the line. Soares collected now. This is Kaylee Munsey. Munsey off the foot of Alaban. It'll be a restart at the dotted line. In line there. With her own start. Tries to work her way through two, and Taylor West pokes it away. A foul called against the Dukes. Midline starts it up quickly. There to take it away is Alaban. Alaban comes up the near side. Taylor West. West has got some room to work with and got some options as well. But it spins off her stick just a bit there. And the Dukes not able to catch up to it and trying to pursue it there. Another sub for the Dukes. That's Erin Gallivan out of Fredericksburg. Again, scored her first collegiate goal in her last outing. That came against Longwood in the Dukes 2 games ago. That was a week ago today. Taylor West gets in there. Strong shot it is, and it's deflected back out by Bateri, Megan Bateri out of Mount Bethel, Pennsylvania. Under 20 minutes to go in the opening half. That's Jade Saylor trying to weave her way through a number of VCU Rams. Comes out wide. Stenches keeps it on the ground. Angles the pass in. Nobody there. It was last touched, I think, by VCU. The Dukes will get a long corner. Shamalski will start it for JMU. Sashka starts it. Works away past midline. Off the stick of Stenches. Back out of bounds again. Another possession for JMU on the sideline. She'll push it in. Now a long pass. She does find Saylor. Saylor sends it into the scoring D. And we're going to get a foul against the Dukes. I don't know if that was on West or whether it was on Ashworth. Barry sends it to the right side. She finds her teammate Damasi. Coming into the picture, though, is Jade Saylor. Knocks it down, drops it out of play. Looks like Robin De Bruyne is going to come in soon. She's standing on the sideline for the Dukes. She and Rachel Palumbo will get back into the action. A little flip this time from Alaban. Whistle does not favor the Dukes. VCU will have possession just above the midfield stripe. Gallivan races back below the midline. And the pass is stolen away. Goldstein anticipating well. Gallivan to the wide side. Check that. This is going to be Shamalski. Shamalski, Sasha with a short pass looking for Stenches. Stenches twirls around, can't come up with the ball. And Shamalski will touch it, but as she does, Stenches is whistled for the obstruction. Yang, her shot, or her pass rather, knocked down by Shamalski. She does the favor again. Yang takes that pass away from Sasha. Inline. Getting the call down the line as Kelsey Powell is planted down in the corner. With it now, it's Monzi. And a foul against the Rams. No, 1-0 JMU. I want to say one of the Taylors scored the goal. Looked like it was off the stick of West, but they were reading on the other side. Bailey, we'll take a look at the highlights. Get a replay of that and get it from a different perspective. Maybe we can clear that one up as well. Yang on the long pass through the midfield. Connects there with Nicola Bremen. And off the end line. JMU will take it at the 16. Across the D it comes. Over here to Sam Smirtka. Sam will send it back the other way. Alaban, the junior. Back to Smirtka again as the Dukes get the defense of VCU weaving back and forth. Stenches, Levat. Levatt wide to the left. Jade Saylor with it there. Jade goes diving down, tries to keep it in play. Does she do so? Nope. It's going to help just off the sideline. Nice try there by Jade Saylor. Restart for VCU. Comes up the sideline, quickly out of bounds. Palumbo has come back into the action for JMU. She is in the mid on the right side right now. Taylor Bailey circling at the top of the D. Stenches with it now. Loose, works her way through. On the corner, Bailey. Bailey looking for the pass there coming from Gallivan. And it does result in a corner play. This will be number 3 for the Dukes. And again, Goldstein will insert it. Alaban, the stick stopper. Taylor Bailey wide to the right. Levatt, Stenches to the left of Alaban. Stays on the turf. Dana gets it herself. She takes the shot, and it trickles on through. They're going to say no, it was. It's not a goal. May have been considered a dangerous hit, but the officials ruling against the goal. So with 14:49 to go, still 1-0 JMU. Dukes now with 5 shots. They have capitalized on the one. And stolen away. Here's Combs. Saylor with her, knocks it away. Dukes deep in, trying to get back with De Bruyne and Bailey hustling back into the play. Here's Levatt. Adrian to the near side. Palumbo collects it here. Sends it forward, looking for the backhand of Rosalie Becker. Can't quite get it. As the clock drops below 14 here in the first half of play. Long pass back. Nicole Berry to the right side and intercepted there by Saylor. Levatt goes to her knees, drops it down. Battling in the corner there for JMU. Robin De Bruyne out of Brussels, Belgium. Told you we'd have a couple of players from Belgium in this matchup this evening. Restart to Massey. Whirling, trying to push it forward. Combs as she whiffs on it. VCU maintains the possession. DeMassey still with the ball. Up the line, and it's taken away there by Goldstein. Goldstein going wide. Ball stolen away, however, and we're going to get foul called against VCU. Smirka, call from Lou Stenches, and she answers the call, then sends it back. Levatt goes wide. Goldstein surveys the field. At midfield, sends a long pass down. It's taken away by DeMassey. DeMassey harassed by not one, but 2 Dukes, including Bailey Hubert, who has also snuck into the lineup. Bailey, redshirt freshman from Stafford. So we have Taylor West, Taylor Bailey, Bailey Hubert. Just keep you tongue-tied. Stenches doesn't get all the ball, and it's taken away by VCU. Rams with it. Bin line with it. A quick restart. Erica right up the JMU logo, and right down the midline they go. Here's Sam Smirka there. Sam can clear it out, sends it wide to the left. Dukes might be able to counter here. Alaban with it. Dana, though, is cut off. And she goes to the turf and sends it back. Dana a little slow to get up. She may have twisted an ankle or a knee. She seems to be okay. As she is up and about again now for JMU as we play here on the near side. Smirka Sam to Goldstein. Number 7, Crystal Myers now in from Parsippany, New Jersey, for the Rams of Virginia Commonwealth. Stenches. Smirka. Smirka using the body to protect. Whirls around, got some help. Stenches takes the ball. Loose to the midline. Levatt sends it wide. Further down the line it goes. That is Bailey Hubert passing it down into the corner. We're under 11 minutes to go in the first half. At halftime, we'll have a couple of interviews for you from other athletes around campus. Bjarke Yadelsteinsen. Check that. No, we'll actually have Megan Cox, JMU women's soccer player who also kicks field goals. She did so in high school. Interesting feature involving JMU starting place kicker Cameron Stark of the football Dukes. We'll also hear from football player Jordan Stanton, and we'll take a look at the new floor over at the Convocation Center. All that's coming up at halftime here, presented to you by University Outpost. We'll have Yadelsteinsen on a future production. Bjarke of the men's soccer team. Stenches. Not quite sure that's where she intended for that one to go. I think she was trying to go a little further to the left where Levatt was stationed. Foul against JMU again, this time Hubert, the culprit. 9.5 to go in the period. Dukes got on the board 4 minutes and 10 seconds into the matchup. Alaban. Smirka back to Alaban. Dana right up the midline. Finds Levatt. Levatt to Stenches on the short pass. Stenches sends it into the D, and there for the Dukes was Becker, also in the neighborhood for JMU. Was Kristen Rattano, who also has come in from the bench here this evening. Kristen, a sophomore out of Virginia Beach. Palumbo knocks it down, controls it right in front of us and gets it over to Levatt. Adrian, backhand pass. Saylor. Becker is there now. Obstruction called against Becker. Quick restart. Smirka anticipates well, sends it to the right side. Palumbo stays back as Smirka charges on, aggressively so. She has to back it up a little bit for the restart. Palumbo. Now Smirka will drop into her space. Becker has it now. Becker with an option goes wide right. Taylor West shortens the stick, takes the stroke, and it's going to be a long corner. 27 minutes in the books in this one. The Dukes with the 1-0 lead, out shooting the Rams 6-0. Palumbo down the baseline, gets it knocked out of bounds before she gets to the arc of the D, and with that it becomes a long corner. Palumbo and West working in that corner. 4 white jerseys around a couple of purple jerseys there. Kind of tough to work their way through. They were hemmed in there. Schramm drops it back for Binline. Up the line. Combs calls for it, gets it. Schramm with it now. Schramm on the move. Alexis with 2 goals already this season tries to put it in the shooting arc. It's a foul on the Dukes. Binline comes up quickly to try to keep the progression going. And she just does overshoot. The outstretched stick of Myers gets into it. It pokes it outside, and that allows for the Dukes defense to settle back a little bit. Goldstein is also there. Goldstein in a 1-on-1. It's 7-on-7 basically on that side. Number 7, the Dukes. Goldstein, number 7, Mayer of VCU. Up the line we go. Into the midfield. 6.5 remaining. And a collision. Stop the play again. Dukes will start real quickly now. Here's Taylor West. West leaves it out in front, gets out in front of the open net. Swing by Becker, and it's going to be saved as Batiri gets a leg on it, sends it out of bounds. It'll be a long corner for the Dukes. Comes out to Berry. Berry on the run. Stenches to bother her there. She does poke it out of bounds. Sam Smirka will have it for JMU. Smirka with a restart. Goes to Stenches. Loose. Backs it up. Maintains possession. Gets some help from Sam. Lunges at it. Comes up with the ball and sends it far to the opposite side in front of the JMU bench area for Alaban. Alaban up the line. There's Amy Goldstein. Amy Daniel used to play for the Dukes. And Goldstein takes a whack at ouch. That hurts number 6 for Reno of VCU. Amy Daniel might be watching tonight, as I saw she was favoring the aspect of tonight's game being on Matazone HD Sportsnet, presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association. Amy, a couple of years ago, had a whale of a season, was particularly strong on corner plays. Goldstein. Sasha Szymalski misfires a bit on trying to get the pass out, and it comes out wide. Schramm, the Ram, with it now. Schramm still with it. Smirka was in pursuit. Schramm will get called for the violation. As she was called for advancing. Smirka advancing being any time that player actually has body contact with the ball, like right there. Jade Saylor, who has moved here to this side after coming off the bench, starting over on the left wing. She's here on the right wing now, as Rattano is now on the left wing. In the mid, it's Szymalski far side, Stenches and Labatt right in the middle, and Jade Saylor here on the near side in the midfield. Still have Taylor West, Rosalie Becker up high for the Dukes with 3:49 to go. Alaban, Smirka, and Goldstein, the backs for the Dukes, and of course Lena Wimmert in goal for JMU. .330 under that to play yet. Smirka goes wide. Alaban stops it there at the 25. Comes near to Smirka again. Sam has it. Saylor gets the call from Stenches. Stenches can't handle the pass. Schramm comes up with it for VCU. Stenches is there to harass. Then it's Labatt. Labatt drops it out. Stenches. Ball comes out high. Labatt can get to it, and she does. Pushes it towards Saylor. Saylor controls it, uses the sideline. Nicely done. A pass comes out to Becker. Becker's got a couple of options, and calling for it, it's Taylor West right in front of West. West collects it, takes the backhand shot, chips out. Here comes the keeper out of the goal. Terry's there, and it's way out high. It's going to be a foul against the Dukes in there. So they will come back out with 2.5 to go. A restart, and a quick one it is at that for VCU. On the far side. Up the line it goes. Schramm has found herself now on the right wing as she receives the pass up the right flank. Stenches. Check that. That's Szymalski over there. Alaban. Stenches has dropped back now a little below. Smirka has come up a little higher. She's more in the midfield now. Labatt, as the Dukes continue to change the shape of their personnel. As you see, Becker now goes wide to the left. Sashka sends it up the line. Last touched. Out of bounds, knocked by Damasi. Minute 42 before intermission. We'll take a 10-minute break and get set for the next 35 minutes of action here. Here's a shot, kick back out. Dukes still have another opportunity maybe. If Becker could collect it, she could not. And it is cleared out by VCU's Combs. Kendall Combs, a junior from Suffolk, Virginia, a couple of goals and an assist thus far this season. Comes out, Stenches. Here's Smirka. Takes a blast at it through everybody. It actually goes off of one of the VCU Rams out of bounds. It'll be a long corner for the Dukes. Quick start now for Saylor, as we've got 60 seconds yet to play in this half. Saylor overran it a bit. Still 50 seconds to go as the Dukes, most of the play has been to our right in the VCU end. Saylor tries to work her way through a couple of Rams. Nothing doing there. VCU comes out with it. 37 seconds to go. Still a chance for both teams to put a little scoring try out here to close out this half. Saylor now with it. Ritano calls for it down the line, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Yang. Quickly the Dukes will get it back in. 17 seconds to go before the break. Ritano starts it. Saylor down to 10 seconds. And that'll probably be it, because by the time Saylor gets to it, we're going to probably have the clock expire. Inside it goes, and that'll be it in the first half. So the Dukes, they score 4 minutes and 10 seconds into the opening stanza. And that is all the scoring that we have seen. Unofficially, Taylor Bailey with the goal for JMU. And they do lead it over the Rams of VCU 1-0 here at halftime. Coming up here at halftime, our University Outpost Duke Sports Center. We'll take a look at a feature involving JMU women's soccer freshman Megan Cox, who not only kicks goals but also has a good knack of kicking field goals on the football pitch. We'll find out a little bit about Jordan Stanton, who's having a great start to his junior season as a defensive tackle for the Dukes, who already have 14 sacks on the year through 3 games. And we'll take a quick look, and I mean quick, at the floor, the new floor at the JMU Convocation Center. Plus, we'll recap our highlights of the first half, show you some of that action, and a look at our stats. All that's coming up here on the halftime show, presented to you by University Outpost, as you're watching JMU Field Hockey tonight in HD Live on Matazone, and presented by the JMU Alumni Association. Back with more after this.
I knew going to JMU would be more about just getting a master's.
I just knew that it was the place for me.
I feel as though that I'm a part of the institution.
You will never meet a stranger. Everyone is always willing to help you out and to help you through your graduate experience here at James Madison University.
The graduate school here is a great choice.
The education that you receive is top-notch.
It's one of the best in the country. And from here, everything is possible.
The Residence Inn by Marriott provides guests with plenty of room. Room to recharge, room to prepare, room to relax. Stay one night or as long as you like. The Residence Inn by Marriott provides each guest with amenities tailored to their individual needs. Spacious suites with all the comforts of home, because it's not just a room, it's a residence.
Instead of asking yourself, where did those 4 years go? Think about where the next 40 will take you. Be involved at Madison. Dukes from day one, alumni for life.
1-0 James Madison with the lead over VCU. No, that's not rain coming down as they're watering the turf here. It's always interesting in pregame as we get set up to watch the students stroll by and wonder why in the world they're watering artificial turf. It's not going to grow, no, but it does help the playing surface play that much better. 1-0 Dukes over the Rams of VCU. Also, you can join us here at halftime. Give you an email address that you can send to us here. Give us a shout-out, and we'll give you a shout-out. It's our Matazone email address, MADIZONE, that's MADIZONE, at jmu.edu. That's MADIZONE, like you see there, Madison HD Sportsnet, at jmu.edu. There you have it. Send us an email. It would enjoy hearing from folks where you might be watching from tonight, who you're rooting for, whether you're a fan of the VCU Rams, love to hear from you as well, or the Dukes of James Madison. Whether you're right next door here in Harrisonburg or maybe across the big pond somewhere in South Africa, wherever you might be, Belgium, then give us a shout-out here, and we'll check that email and maybe give you a shout-out tonight as well. JMU women's soccer won 2 games on the road last weekend, and Megan Cox has gotten off to a pretty good start for the JMU women's soccer Dukes as well. Interesting young lady. And Tracy Smith had a chance to catch up with her recently and challenged her a little bit with JMU football place kicker Cameron Stark. Here's that report. Tracy?
I'm Tracy Smith, and I'm here with Megan Cox, a freshman on the JMU women's soccer team. But we're not here to talk about her soccer skills. We're here to talk about the fact that you used to play football in high school. Tell me a little bit about that.
I kicked for the football team my junior year of high school, and it was an incredible experience.
Now, football and soccer were not your only varsity sports that you played in high school. You mentioned earlier to me that you played pretty much every sport they could offer in varsity. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I played varsity field hockey for 3 years. I played varsity basketball for 4 years, varsity soccer for 3 years, varsity football for 1 season, and varsity softball for 1 season.
Do you like that you get to focus on soccer, or do you miss being able to play different sports like you did in high school?
Well, I got the best of both worlds in high school. I was able to play other sports and train for soccer as well, and now I just get to focus on soccer, which is my main love in the sports world.
But do you think you have a highlight so far of your freshman year?
The goal against LaSalle. I mean, that was an incredible goal, upper 90. I couldn't have placed it better. So yeah, that was probably will be one of my highlights from my whole career here at JMU.
Were you surprised that you made that, or did you know that it was going to go in, or were you just kind of figured you'd kick it and hope for the best?
Well, I saw the opportunity. The goalie was a little off her line. I didn't realize how far out I was at first, going back and watching the tape, but I saw my opportunity and I took it, and it worked out for the best.
Now, we had you out kicking some field goals with Cameron Stark. Did that bring back any memories from high school?
Yeah, it was enjoyable that time that I just got to kick. I miss it a lot.
You can always let Mickey know that if Cameron can't play, you're always here for the spot, right?
I'm always available.
With Megan Cox, I'm Tracy Smith for Madison HD Sportsnet.
Megan Cox, how about that 12 varsity letters, including playing a little high school football. Megan Cox of the JMU Women's Soccer Dukes. Dukes fans, you can connect with JMU Alumni Association on social media for news and updates on events, programs, and awards. Follow the association on Twitter. That is at JMU Alumni. Become a fan on Facebook at facebook.com/JMU Alumni. And join the LinkedIn community with the keyword JMU Alumni Association. 1-0, Dukes leading the Rams of Virginia Commonwealth. We're at halftime here at the JMU Field Hockey Complex, about 4 minutes away from starting our second half. JMU football Dukes will be in home action on Saturday night. We'll have that game for you here as Houston Stutz will join me. Beginning at 5:35, kickoff is at 6 o'clock. The Dukes and the 49ers of Charlotte. And a young man that's off to a really good start on the defensive line for the Dukes of JMU, Jordan Stanton. And once again, we're going to ask Tracy Smith talked with the JMU junior tackle.
I'm Tracy Smith, and I'm here with Jordan Stanton, a defensive tackle for the Dukes. Now, Jordan, what is your favorite part about playing in Bridgeforth Stadium?
Best part about playing in Bridgeforth is basically the fans and everybody who comes out. It's a really loud crowd, and they really stand behind us on everything we do on the field. And I love the fans. Like, they make it rowdy when the defense out there. It hypes all of us up.
Okay, what are you most looking forward to this season?
We take day by day, game by game. I'm having a lot of good times with my buddies out there. It's my last year, so I'm trying to take everything to heart. I just want to have a great season and take it all away. I want to go to Frisco. I want to go to Texas for the national championship. That's what I want to do.
All right, what goes through your mind when you're setting up for a tackle?
I want to knock him out. Well, every time I tackle somebody, I think about how hard I'm going to hit them, but I don't want to close my eyes because I don't want to miss the tackle and embarrass myself.
Jeff Hansen is the new defensive line coach. What has he brought to the Dukes football team?
Jeff Hansen, he's a great coach, experienced coach, comes from UVA, and he actually coached at Richmond too. It's very strict and disciplined, but it's very fierce behind it, and he's a great coach. He's changed up a lot of the techniques with the defensive line, and he's brought it into the film room and makes us become not only a student of the game, but a great athlete as well with all of that. So it's just a different philosophy towards football that he's brought to the table for the defensive line, and it's helped out a lot. I love it.
With Jordan Stan, I'm Tracy Smith for Matazone HD Sportsnet.
And the Dukes hosting 49ers of Charlotte on Saturday night. We do have another Matazone production before that as the JMU Volleyball Dukes hosting Wake Forest, part of the JMU Invitational. That'll be on Friday night, and coverage there begins at 7:15. 1-0 Dukes of JMU. We're at halftime. The University Outpost Dukes Sports Center version. We'll come back. We'll take a look at our first half stats, a couple of highlights, and see if we do have any email. We'll be back after this timeout as you're watching JMU Field Hockey in HD live on Matazone HD Sportsnet, presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association.
Jim and John are both covered by the nation's best networks. Jim uses Entelos Wireless. John does not. Jim saves money every month. John does not. And thanks to those savings, Jim has money left over for hula hoops, a little mood music, and access to the rooftop pool. John does not. Entelos Wireless. The difference is savings. Switch now and get unlimited data, text, and talk for just $79.99.
Dukes and the Rams back out on the field, 1-0 James Madison. Dukes outshot the Rams 9-0 in the opening period, do have the 1-0 lead. VCU with no penalty corners as well. The Dukes picked up 3 in the first half. Again, the scoring Taylor Bailey at 4:09 officially. Adrian Levat with the assist. So that's going to stand as the Dukes lead it 1-0 as we get underway here in the second half from the JMU Field Hockey Complex. Cool night, getting a little cooler as we go through the evening. Breeze working into the face of the Dukes right now, but the Dukes working with that 1-0 advantage. 27 seconds into our second half. Amy Goldstein on the near side, sends it up the line, and she'll connect there. Gallivan has it. Gallivan looking for Taylor Bailey. Bailey dribbles it in the air, but will get called for a dangerous hit, and VCU will come away with it. Bailey will drop back. It's Shamalski and Levat in the mid there. Dukes also have Taylor West up top. Loose Stenches, Goldstein. Also starting here in the second half, Robin DeBruyne. Alaban calling some shots from the back line as well, as is Sam Smirtka. And back in goal for JMU in the second half is Lena Wimmert. Wimmert didn't have much to do there in the first period. No shots for VCU, so no opportunities to come up with a save for Lena. She just directed traffic every once in a while. Rams have up top Nicola Bremen. Also out there is Kelsey Powell and Emily Soares. They are up top for VCU. Combs, Binline in the lineup here to start this second half. Kelsey Powell, mentioned her already. Now inside the circle for the Dukes. Comes back out. With it now, it's Farino who gets another appearance here in the second half. After starting in the first as well. She stretches, can't quite come up with that one. Nicole Berry.
No, it was Snowden.
And we have a whistle and a foul.
3 or 4.
Shamalski sends it into the circle, kicked out. That was dangerous as Taylor Bailey was right there. Bailey now in pursuit, but with it for VCU, it's Soares. Soares sends it up the line, trying to connect with Kelsey Powell. It ends up out of bounds. It'll be JMU ball. Amy Daniel has it. Daniel with the self-start, pushes it in. Stenches, loose. Backhand stick goes to the far side. Ratano starts the second half. She gets a stick on it. Now inside the 25, a foul called against JMU. Shortens up the stick, not very far on the restart, and the Dukes may come up with it here, and they do. Down inside the right side, going into the D, and the shot is taken by Taylor Bailey as she goes down to the right knee, but it's wide of the post to the right. That'll be shot number 10 for James Madison. Restarting it now, Nicole Berry. Berry goes to the far side. Finds Yang over there to Farino. Dukes with an obstruction. Yang will move it up. Restarting to the far side, Combs. Combs whirls around, knocks it out of bounds, does one of the JMU players on the far side, right in front of the VCU bench. Long hit comes back. Berry will eye in on it. Now comes to the near side for DeMassey. DeMassey right in front of our broadcast location with a short pass intended to connect with Farino, but Stenches there for the Dukes. Quickly, Stenches restarts it for the Dukes. Driving down the far side, De Bruyne. De Bruyne passes it forward, Gallivan. Gallivan back to De Bruyne, just outside the D. Backhands it into the shooting arc. Here it is to Taylor West. West tries to curl it around. We'll have an obstruction on the stick called against one of the Rams, so we will see our fourth penalty corner of the night for James Madison. Four and a half minutes into the second half. Duke scored at 4:10, 4:09 officially in the first half. Maybe we'll see that happen again here. Goldstein will start it for JMU. Amy lays it on the carpet. The stop by Alaban. And the ball is deflected in off of Levat's stick. And the Dukes with the 2-0 lead. So 30:08 in the second half. It becomes a 2-0 JMU lead. Levat, who already has an assist, her first of the year. Actually, she didn't have any points coming into tonight. And she comes up with that goal. We'll get the assist officially here in just a moment. As the Dukes with the 2-0 advantage. Now they have outshot the Rams 11-zip. Jamalski gets harassed a little bit there as DeMassey gets in her progress. Alaban has it, goes to the far side. Smirtka. Up the line it goes. Pass a little too long. VCU to take it away, and on the far side it's Yang doing so.
That JMU goal was scored by number 22, Luce Stenches, with assists from number 7, Amy Goldstein, and number 8, Dana Alaban.
Okay, well that's they have Alaban with the assist. And Stenches with the goal. Either way, it's 2-0 JMU. And a battle for it here, a joust won by Goldstein. Eventually, it does trickle out. That ball is kicked by the Rams off the foot of Combs. Here to the near side. Jamalski. Labatt with it now. Adrian to the far right. Galavan puts it inside the D, but it's going to end up long. A long corner for the Dukes. Taking a whiff is Labatt as she pirouettes on the turf. Did a little hydroplaning there, did Adrian. All the way back, Alaban. Alaban sends it to the far side. Smirtka back to Alaban. Up the line it goes on the midfield. Stenches connects. Labatt goes to the wide right. De Bruyne sends it down towards the attacking zone, but back come the Rams. Labatt called for an obstruction. Nope, the obstruction will go against VCU. Schramm the culprit. Goldstein. Rattano working in the corner now. Kristen gets past one defender, but another is there waiting. That was Nicole Berry. Chomolsky dribbles through two. Hits it off of Berry. Be a restart for the Dukes at the dotted line. Stenches. Labatt into the circle. And it's going to be a corner play as that goes off the body of Nicole Berry. Well, here it was earlier, the last, well, that's the shot try, and we see the going right off of Berry, so an easy call for the official. Goldstein will the start. Inserts it. Stopped by Alaban. Shot by West. And it's off the backboard. Goal by Taylor West. 3-0 Dukes. 25:44 remaining. Stopped by Alaban, and West just cranks on it. West from Alaban and Goldstein. (3-0) JMU. That's West's 6th goal this season. Tried to give her one a little earlier. Up the line. Nice stop by Lynn Cron here right in front of us. Lynn, a former field hockey and lacrosse player in her collegiate days. Has been official for both sports for a long time.
With assist from number 7, Amy Goldstein, and number 8, Dana Alaban.
Well, I got that one right, so I'm 1 for 3 on scoring calls thus far this evening. Alaban on the far side, inside her own dotted line. Is pressured there, is coming up Soares. Smirtka works her way through, and she'll continue on. Here's Palumbo. Rachel racing. She's got a lot of room to work with. Now sends it up the line. Rattano's got a player inside the circle awaiting. That's Danny Wilson, who's just checked in. Wilson, a sophomore from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. From the sideline, VCU with a restart. We did get a couple of emails that have come in to us. Both from the same family, I do believe. Watching from Swingsville, Pennsylvania, Craig Palumbo, of course. And Carol and Andrew, Rachel Palumbo's aunt and uncle, watching from Kernersville, North Carolina. Wishing us a great night, and the same to you down there in North Carolina. So we got them watching north of the border and south of the border as far as Virginia is concerned. Up the sideline it goes. Makes its way into the midline, and here's Danny Wilson. Wilson goes off the body of DeMassey, and the Dukes will get another corner out of this. Danny Wilson creating the play. She will go back to the midfield. Amy Goldstein again with the insertion for the Dukes. Alabama's there with the stick stop. West is right behind her, just a bit off to her left. Stench is right behind West in this formation. Comes out, the stop. West will crank on it again, dribbles forward, comes out, and a try there by Levat. Here's another shot by Goldstein. It's deflected out. As Batiri with the save. Dukes now have outshot the Rams 14-0 and lead them 3-0. All clear down inside the shooting arc. Rattano can't control it, goes off the end line. Crystal Mayers has come back in for VCU. Stenches along the baseline, leaves it out front, hoping that one of the Dukes were there to put it away, and creates a corner play. See a good look at the group there. Levat will come near to us. There's West, number 4. Alaban will set the stick down. And Goldstein will insert it once again. Stretching it out. Here's Amy. Comes all the way to the top. Stenches. Stenches puts it inside, deflected off the stick of Levat. Comes out wide. And Sydney Weiss, who has recently come into the lineup, can't quite control it, goes off her stick. Stenches down inside to Shomolsky. She gets it under control off the end line. And it's going to be another corner possibly, or is this a long? No, it's not sure. They are not forming. It's going to be a long corner, I believe. Yep. May have been in the area where it was just too difficult to determine whether it was inside the arc or not. So they're actually just going to restart it out top. All in clear off the end line. VCU ball. They'll bring it back out to the 16. Under 19.5 remaining. Dukes a couple of goals in the second half have expanded the lead that was 1-0 at intermission to 3-0 at the moment. Levat dances around with it, continues to move. An obstruction called on Kendall Combs. She doesn't agree with the call, but it doesn't matter, as Lynn Cron's going to say sorry. It's going to go to JMU. JMU's 22. Stenches with it. Now up the middle. Dribbles it out. Flipped up over the goalkeeper as she was stretching out her hand, and Taylor West with another score for the Dukes. 18-51. West with their third multiple goal game of the season. She had 5 tallies, including a hat trick during the opening 2 games of the season here at JMU Field Hockey Complex. And timeout called. Let's take a look at some of the goals. Do we have the first goal, guys? Can we take a look at that one back in the opening half? All right, here it is. Stenches leaves it back for Levatt. Levatt backhands it. Goes across. And I see Taylor West deflecting that in. Taylor Bailey was way over to the left side, so I think we need to get that one corrected.
JMU goal was scored by number 11, Danny Wilson.
And they're saying
From number 22, Blue Stitches. Fans, get up if you want a t-shirt.
all right, well, I'll tell you what, let's review that one that we just had there, guys. Let's look at that fourth goal. All right, here's Stenches. Sends it across. Flipped up. Yeah, that's Taylor West. So West with that goal. In the postgame, we may have to look at all these highlights, guys, once we've gone off the air and get everything corrected on the other side of the field. So I've got West now with a hat trick, unofficially we'll say. I've got her scoring the first goal and the last two. Duke's up now 4-0. 18:40 to go. Bin line back out on the turf for the VCU Rams. Again, she was here last year with the Dukes, redshirted the year, and then transferred to Virginia Commonwealth. Smirtka on the far side. Sam has it, sends it back. Here's Alaban. Alaban comes to the near side. Dukes can be extremely patient now, just aggressive when they need to, but patient when they want to be. Maybe a better way of putting that. Aggressive when they want to be and patient when they need to. Under 18 minutes to go. Just watching out for mistakes, of course, in the back as they do spread it out. Stenches sends it forward. Ritano over there. Stenches again with it for JMU. Here's Taylor West. West up the midline. Dribbles around one. She's behind the 25, inside the dotted line, and was looking for Kristen Ritano on the right side. And it comes in Stenches. Stenchen backs it up a bit. Continues to back it up. Now finds just a little bit of a seam there and pushes it between two defenders. May have gone off one of the defenders and called stop the play. The whistle came out. Stenches restarts down the side. Duke still have it. Stenches still has it. And we're going to get a corner play out of this. Duke's looking to build upon a 4-0 lead. Goldstein. With the stop, Alaban. The shot taken by Stenches. The stick was down by Levatt. I think it deflected off Adrian and came to the wide side. Danny Wilson gets into the body of Weiss and is called for the foul. Topping the ball, and Levatt will slow it down. Adrian brings it to the side, continues it up the sideline. Knocked out of bounds by a Ram. Wilson with the quick restart, looking for Levatt, overshoots her. Comes into the mid. Poked away by Daniel. Daniel called for the foul. Quick restart there for Soares. Soares down the line. VCU picked to finish third in the Atlantic 10 this year. course, out of Richmond, Virginia. An urban campus. Right there in downtown Richmond. There's Jade Saylor working in the corner. Levat comes out. And that's off the end line, knocked out of bounds by VCU. Dukes will have the long corner. Backhand. That may have been a little too dangerous. Actually ends up off the side panel anyway. Off the stick of Levat. Like Bethany Ashworth may be waiting to get back into the lineup. Yep, she's standing on the far side trying to call one of the players out. It's going to be Wilson coming out for the Dukes. Wilson exits. Ashworth comes in. Bailey Hubert also ready to check back in for JMU. Taylor Bailey just does have it poked away by Barry. Jade Saylor will exit. Bailey Hubert will come in. We approach 13 minutes to play. Dukes with the 4-0 lead. There's Bailey now coming in. Foul against VCU. A little stick action there. Now a lift by the Dukes. A little bump. Pass is way too strong. Intended for Weiss, rather. Goldstein with it. Actually, she pronounces her Weesey. Weesey. Levat inside the circle, takes the shot, kicked right back out by Batiri. Comes out wide, and Benline will have it on the far sideline, but she is stopped. Easy takeaway for Sam Smirtka. Smirtka with it. That's Bethany Ashworth, and deflected wide to the right. Ashworth sending the crossing pass. Taylor Bailey was there. Taylor West was on the backside if it got through. It's a good charge there by JMU. 11.5 remaining. Dukes with another home game coming up on Saturday. That's a 1 o'clock start here. No Matazone coverage. We'll be getting the stadium all ready for football on Saturday night. In fact, our next Matazone production will be Drexel. Dukes don't have many home games. They've got just 5 remaining after tonight. App State coming up on Saturday, and then 2 in the month of October. We will have the Drexel matchup for you, and then 2 in November, Hofstra and Northeastern. Conference games. That's a dangerous hit by Levat. Just off the stick. Showing some frustration there is DeMassey. Goldstein up the line. It comes to Amy. She'll send it all the way back. Alaban. Caught Dana on camera earlier today. Saturday is also Faculty and Staff Appreciation Day, and she was teaming up with Graham Sharples and Cameron Stark to say thank you to the faculty and staff and all that they do for the students here at JMU. I want to thank her for doing that. Stephanie Tarfus also made a quick appearance with us, and we're going to be using those little thank yous during the football broadcast on Saturday. And we have volleyball coming up on Friday night at 7:15. Dukes and Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons, in town. Dukes hosting the JMU Invitational. First chance to do a Matazone presentation of volleyball this year on their new floor as well. Quite a nice looking floor and very forgiving. Taylor Bailey. Bailey reversing out. That's off a foot. Duke should maintain possession. They do. Bailey with it again. Taylor puts it at the top of the shooting arc. There for the Dukes, Bailey Hubert. Into the stick of Stenches. Stenches sends it forward, finds Taylor West. West pushes it to the right. There's Bailey Hubert. Overruns it just a bit. Yang is there defensively for VCU. In line. Battle for it. West comes away with it for the Dukes. The purple has it. West just inside the shooting D. It'll be cleared out though. Now some pressure applied. De Bruyne. Obstruction called against the Dukes. A real quick restart for JMU. Suarez has it taken away by Goldstein. Goldstein to West. West pushing it over to Shamalski, a little too far. Yang has it over there. 7:40 to go. Foul called against JMU. There's Goldstein and Alaban. They have helped to keep VCU from not even taking a shot tonight. It has been an easy going for Lena Wimmert. And off the end line, Schramm trying to catch up to it. As the game clock dips down below 7 minutes. Well, we told you in the opening how the Dukes have been out shooting the opponents by an average of 18 plus to 8 plus per game. Well, here the Dukes have outshot the Rams 18-0. Been a pretty dominating evening for JMU. Goldstein will have it. She can restart. She's got to back it up just a little bit. As we were saying also in the open that the Dukes difficulty finishing on the road, but here at home they have been putting up some points. Now they have scored 17 goals in 3 home games. The 8-1 win over Ball State, 5-1 over Kent State. And right now at this moment, under 6 minutes to go, a 4-0 JMU advantage. Stenches get called for the foul, will she? Yep. And so it looks like VCU will get its first corner play of the evening. And quite obviously, with that, the Rams will have their best opportunity to get a shot and a potential goal here. The insertion will come from DeMassey. settling in for the stick stop. Actually, they've got it double stack there. So pick your poison here. They're going to put a third one down for that much. It's going to come out to the top. Benline was there to put the stick down. The shot was blocked and it comes out wide. Alaban will collect it on the sideline for the Dukes. Under 4:45 to go. That's off the baseline. All clear. Dukes will have it at the 16. Alaban to the stick of West. West gets the call. De Bruyne is on the near side. West a little too long with it. A foul, although, called by the official against VCU with 4:13 remaining. Nice pass up the line. It goes to Lavat. She'll backhand the pass even further. Deflected out by DeMassey as Taylor Bailey was waiting on the corner. Bailey weaves her way through. That's off an ankle. Dukes will have it just inside the dotted. Quick restart. Lavat backhands. Chips it forward. Up into the air it goes. No whistle. Ball coming free. A collision there. No whistle again, and it comes out even wider. Munsey with it. Munsey sends it down. VCU with a charge on a transition. Dukes getting back defensively. A foul called against JMU. They'll slow it down just a bit. Combs will restart it at the 25. Pushed inside the D all the way through there. Yang with it. No, that's Mons again. Monzi. And a foul called against VCU, so the Dukes will have it with 3 minutes to go. De Bruyne comes out, free to West, not quite. Lavat there to defend. Benline leaves it back. Farino pushes it forward and will get it to the stick of Combs. Combs sends it wide. Benline down into the corner. Smirtka's there to intercept it for the Dukes. Sam with a quick pass up the line. Knocked down on the far side by Yang. Casey will send it up the sideline. Smirtka's there again. Back to Yang. Under 2.5 remaining. Monzi, tall young lady, gets it inside the D, takes the shot. It's well wide. And that is shot number 2 on the night for VCU. So the Dukes go about 67 minutes before they even yield a shot on goal here this evening, or a shot period, I should say, not necessarily on goal. Back to the action. Lavat whittles her way through a couple of defenders. De Bruyne called for the foul. Robin from Brussels, Belgium. Dukes have the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium all represented on this team. South Africa. Going to be a long corner here for the visitors. Monzi in a challenge by Alaban, knocked out of bounds by Dana. And this time kicked out of bounds. So VCU will retreat and the Dukes will have it with 1 minute to play. Restarted by Labat, that is, to Alaban. Alaban on the sideline has it taken away. Weesey can't quite control it off the sideline. And it's just a matter of playing this one out now. Dukes will pick up their 4th win of the season. They'll improve to 4-3. VCU will drop to 2-4. And the Dukes will continue their long-time domination of this series. This will be their 30th win in 38 meetings between the two programs. And the Dukes dominating it here tonight, out shooting the Rams 18-2. And they're going to win this one by a 4-0 final. Down to 1. And the horn will sound here at the JMU Field Hockey Complex. So the Dukes do indeed return home. No problem finishing tonight as they come away with the victory, a 4-0 final. Again, JMU improving to 4-3, and the Rams slipping to 2-4. Take a timeout. We'll come back, take a look at some of the highlights, look back at our 4 goals tonight, and we'll wrap things up here on a cool night here in Harrisonburg. But the Dukes were warm enough as their winners, 4-0 against the Rams. You're watching JMU Field Hockey in HD live on Matazone HD Sportsnet and presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association.
Visit the James Madison University Bookstore, your source for all things JMU. Get your official Duke gear. Open after every football game. The JMU Bookstore. Support the team.
The Residence Inn by Marriott provides guests with plenty of room. Room to recharge. Room to prepare. Room to relax. Stay one night or as long as you like. The Residence Inn by Marriott provides each guest with amenities tailored to their individual needs. Spacious suites with all the comforts of home, because it's not just a room, it's a residence.
Well, you see the East Campus Library, now called the Rose Library. Rams of VCU coming at you a little bit there on the screen. They're warming down. The Dukes starting their warm down as well after a 4-0 JMU triumph here this evening. Kurt Dudley with you tonight. Thanks again for joining us here tonight. Let's take a look at the way this thing broke out in scoring. The Dukes got the early lead, 1-0, and held that lead at intermission. As it appears here to me, again, it's started loose. Stenches leaves it to the left, where Adrian Levatt backhands it in and deflected in by Taylor West. So it was 1-0 just 4 minutes and 9 seconds into the contest. That would be all the scoring in the first half. Then the second half, 5 minutes into the period, Dukes get a second goal. Let's run that one back one more time there, gentlemen. Can we do so? I want to see if we can pick up that deflection again. Now this is the third goal, actually. This is the second goal. And not sure if De Bruyne got a piece of that one, or maybe it was Stenches that actually, not De Bruyne, but Levatt that got a piece of it. Maybe it was Stenches that got the goal on there. All right, and then here you have, this is the clear one here, comes out to Alaban from Goldstein, and West slams it off the backboard. 3-0 Dukes, 25:44 remaining. And then this is a nifty stickwork goal coming up here. Stenches circles around, gets around Mayer, and then it comes out on the deflection, and just the flick of the wrist, West with the tally. So as we look at our replay, it looks like Taylor West ends up with a hat trick tonight. But we'll have to check with the folks across the way who've got the official scoring for this evening. See what else we might have for you here before we wrap things up. Dukes again did outscore or shoot the Rams by an 18-2 count here tonight, and controlled it nearly every facet of the contest. But they are indeed winners. Dukes 4-3, Rams 2-4. Folks I'd like to thank that helped to bring this contest to you here tonight on Matazone HD Sportsnet, presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association. Scott Day from the Rams of Virginia Commonwealth, the sports information director there. Devin Howard who is the Sports Information Director for Field Hockey here at James Madison. Our thanks to JMU Assistant Athletics Director for Athletics Communications, John Martin. Our producer from Telemedia Productions, John Salem, Director Jake Tomko, and the rest of the staff here tonight, Devin and Mark and Joel on the camera work here this evening. Our next Madison HD Sportsnet production of JMU Field Hockey will be October the 27th against the Drexel Dragons. Our next Madison HD Sportsnet presentation of any sort will be just, 48 hours, as the Dukes will be hosting Wake Forest in volleyball on Friday night. So we'll be indoors for that one. And then Saturday night, the Dukes and the Charlotte 49ers in football. Friday night's production begins at 7:15. Saturday night, we'll start it all at 5:35. Tonight's match has been presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association, Comcast Sportsnet, the JMU Graduate School, Intellos Wireless, JMU Bookstore, Residence Inn, and Fox Hill Townhomes. I'm Kurt Dudley. Once again, our final score, JMU 4, VCU nothing. Good evening, everyone, from the JMU Field Hockey Complex. This has been a Madison HD Sportsnet presentation presented to you by the JMU Alumni Association.